We're trying to, after years of support from the world, they messed up again.
Your Majesty, Reverend Miller, would you care to join us, please? If you would follow Professor Lewis, please. Professor must appear across.
So some of the problems we have in the house with this particular person security
Majesty, Royal Majesty, will now go to
His Majesty Otumfuo II sent in. Otumfuo II is the king of one of Africa's most important traditional states. From the 17th century, the Ashanti kingdom grew rapidly in power and wealth, until by the 1850s it controlled most of the territory that now forms the Republic of Ghana. Over the centuries, the Ashanti people, who now number several million, created one of Africa's richest and most sophisticated cultures. The wealth, the magnificence, the power, and the sheer complexity of the Ashanti kingdom shocked and overawed the first Europeans to visit its capital, Kumasi. It has continued to impress all who have encountered since those early days. Ashanti has rightly been called the King of Gold. Much of its success came from exploiting the vast gold reserves that lay and still lie beneath its soil. The symbol of Ashanti kingship and of the enduring Ashanti state is the golden stool, a full-size stool of pure gold, dating from the foundation of the kingdom. Only those of the very highest qualities and ability are deemed fit to occupy a golden stool. An Ashanti king must be experienced, knowledgeable, restrained yet decisive, and always bear himself with great dignity. Osei Tutu II is the 16th monarch in that distinguished line. Ashanti kingship is not a matter of primogeniture. The monarch is chosen from a number of candidates in the royal lineage. Potential rulers are carefully observed from childhood, and their education directed to fit into leadership. So it was with the present king. As a young man, he studied at Ghana's Institute of Public Administration, and then attended university in London. He worked in Canada and Britain. He specialised in accountancy and personnel matters, gaining further skills appropriate to a modern king. This width of education and experience was, of course, complemented and balanced by the instruction he received in Ashanti traditions, law, and statecraft. On returning to Ghana, he successfully established his own business. From there to widespread delight and acclaim, he was chosen from several candidates to occupy the golden stool. Chancellor, the role of the traditional ruler in modern Africa is delicate, not infrequently difficult. He has to protect and use the best of the past while encouraging beneficial change. The combination of contemporary and traditional in Osei Tutu's training and his personal abilities, not least the quality of his abundant charm, has fitted him to be king of a people who are immensely proud of their past, but who are also entirely at home in the modern world. As a university, we particularly applaud one of his many steps to create a better life for his people, his determination to improve education. Shortly after his accession, he set up the Otumfuo Education Fund. Large numbers of bursaries were immediately awarded to primary school children and to undergraduates, and grants were made to many secondary schools. He's made it abundantly clear that he sees high-quality education as the key to the future prosperity of Ashanti. In awarding this degree, we recognize the qualities and achievements of Osei Tutu II. We also acknowledge two other things. The first is the continuing relationship between Scotland and Ashanti, and indeed the rest of Africa. Many Scots, some of them are graduates, have served there as teachers, doctors, missionaries, engineers, and in many other roles. The great ethnographer of the Ashanti in the 1920s and 1930s, Robert Sutherland Rattray, who is still remembered there with deep respect, was, as his name suggests, a Scot. And the last Chief Commissioner of Ashanti was also a Scot. Before them, in between, and since then, there have been many, many more. But the flow goes both ways, and this university has been enriched by the numerous Ashanti who have studied here, while the city of Glasgow has been and is a home for many Ashanti. Today, our research links with Ghanaian universities are stronger than ever, and we continue to welcome Ashanti students here, some of whom are children of our own graduates. The second thing that we acknowledge in awarding this degree, and to which we pay heartfelt tribute, is the creativity of generation after generation of Africans who, over millennia, built the traditional states of Africa. In the West, this aspect of Africa is too often overshadowed by reports of horrors and miseries. Reports that obscure the creativity, the wisdom, and the deep compassion of the African people. Today, in many places, it is the traditional rulers and the traditional political systems, established, tested, and refined over hundreds of years, that provide stability and are a source of wisdom and justice. Those people who have a king with the qualities of Osei Tutu II are especially fortunate, for he is able to balance the needs of modern statehood with maintaining the proud traditions of his ancestors. Chancellor, in recognition of his leadership, his untiring efforts to improve the life of his people, and of the links between our two nations, now invite you to confer on Otumfuo II, the honorary degree Doctor of Laws.
Hey, viewers and previews, quick, Dr. Yeah.
Great-great-grandfather, then Prince of Wales, and late King Edward VII, received an honorary doctorate of laws on 8th of October 1868. His great-grandfather, also Prince of Wales at the time, late King George V, received the degree on the 23rd of April 1907, and his grandparents, the future King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, received honorary doctorates of law as Duke and Duchess of York on 12th of October 1932. But above all, today we honour the Duke of Rothesay on this commemoration day in our 550th anniversary year for his important personal contribution to education, to the interests of young people, and to the support of causes of national and international importance. His recognition is personal and not simply another step in the family scene. In tune with the best of modern practices, much can be learned about our honorary graduate through a visit to his internet website, www.princeswales.gov.uk. This brings out very clearly that the Duke of Rothesay, with a strong sense of social awareness, no doubt brought about in part through his experience as the first heir to the throne not to be educated at home, and as the first to complete a full university degree course. This awareness has matured to a deep commitment to service the community. One clear manifestation of this is his role as patron or president of more than 310 organisations, whose range of interests include young people, the unemployed, the disabled, the elderly, the countryside and rural communities, the problems of the inner cities, education, medicine, particularly cancer, the arts, conservation, national heritage, environment, architecture and sport. If that is not enough, he is also an honorary life member of 200 other organisations. In all of these involvements, he has made it clear that he will not be affiliated. He accepts no position unless he has the time to give active views. It is also clear that the Prince cares deeply about standards and quality of education, which he has called, quote, the number one priority for the future. He seeks to encourage and celebrate excellence, and at the same time to help disadvantage. To help those disadvantaged put their talents to the best possible use. He believes that the higher standards of education are crucial means of helping young people understand the world they are part of and the civilization and society they have inherited. An understanding which is the only basis of safeguarding for future generations the timeless qualities of life. Today I have only time to dwell on two very clear examples of these beliefs. First, the Prince's Trust. Its establishment in 1976 came from a strongly held conviction on the part of His Royal Highness that a way should be found to tackle the alienation of many young people in society by encouraging challenge, adventure, self-help, and a sense of social responsibility. Over the years, the Trust has expanded to such a degree that, together with related organisations, it has now helped more than 400,000 disadvantaged young people to fulfill ambitions for themselves and their communities, with another 50,000 given small grants or loans to set up business, and over 50,000 completing the Prince's Trust Volunteers Personal Development Program. In addition, the Trust Study Support Initiative, which has now been taken up by government, has given tens of thousands of young people the opportunity to learn and study in an effective way outside school hours. In its first quarter of a century existence, the Prince's Trust has achieved a great deal. But it is a tribute to its founder that the organisation continues to move forward. This year it will raise and spend some £45 million supporting another 25,000 young people. The Prince's Trust has a clear agenda to target the disadvantaged, particularly among those young people who are the hardest to help, in order to harness their potential and turn it into success. In Scotland, the Prince's Trust has so far assisted another 50,000 or so young people to succeed in overcoming obstacles in their way. The organisation and management of the Trust in Scotland has now been devolved to a separate chairman, council and executive team, allowing Scottish issues to be addressed more effectively and helping the Trust to focus its efforts in a carefully targeted way on the areas of greatest need. My second example, and also of real importance in the Scottish context, is the Prince's Scottish Youth Business Trust, which provides seed-board finance and professional support to young people in Scotland aged 18 to 25 to enable them to set up and run their own business. Again, this trust has particular concerns for the disadvantaged, and it helps the young, whoever they are and wherever they come from. The trust was launched in 1989 and is now firmly established throughout Scotland and 18 regions with its headquarters in Glasgow. As a charity with a firm belief in the value of enterprise, its key to success is the desire and ambition of the young people themselves. For many, they have taken the opportunities of support from the Trust to set up their own businesses. What is gratifying is that in the first very demanding year of trading for these embryonic businesses, more than 82% have survived and 53% are still in business after 2 years. The total turnover of this trust now exceeds £80 million, and its contribution to Scotland and to the young people of Scotland is of great importance. It retains its own separate board and prides itself on being the most effective, efficient and exciting youth enterprise development organisation in Scotland. The Youth Business Trust believes that by enabling young people to make a significant contribution to their communities, it also enables local communities to invest in youth enterprise. These are, of course, the same beliefs which led to the original founding of the Prince's Trust 25 years ago, and the Prince's Trust Scotland and the Youth Business Trust work closely together to achieve the most effective and meaningful assistance to Scotland's young people today. For one with so many varied commitments, it is not surprising that the Duke of Rothesay does not let grass grow under his feet. Each year he undertakes a great many public engagements in Britain and overseas. Last year, more than 600. He makes time to meet local community groups and people involved with the project of his organisation. There are also a host of private meetings involving people from all walks of life, where the Duke seeks to use his special position to encourage, to support and to comfort, as well as to inform himself on the many issues which interest and concern him. Discussions are held with government ministers, with political figures, with academics, with the business community, and with experts in many fields. And these give Royal Highness access to a wide range of opinion and thinking on national and international issues. Chancellor, when one considers all these singular activities and achievements, it is evident that the University is privileged today to be able to add his name to our roll of honorary graduates. Chancellor, it is with the greatest pleasure that I ask you to confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws of Prince Charles.
Tamam.